I'm a shitty golfer, you can ask my wife. I've been out there hacking every day of my life. I got the shorts and all the plaid sweaters. That new tailor-made driver didn't make me any better. Man, I hit 'em fat and I hit 'em thin. I roll 'em in the bunkers, man, I hit 'em again. Slice 'em in the bushes, crank 'em in the creek. I pop that sucker up and hook it out in the street, yeah.
Aloha and hello out there, everybody. What's going on? This is Miho from the Too Close to Call podcast, and we are shanking it to the left, shanking it to the right,
Hitting it right up the middle.
245 right down the middle. Gary Woodland was fucking right down the middle all weekend.
The whole weekend.
I thought he had one. Oh, I'm sorry, Pags. Didn't read you in there. That's my apologies. He's with us, and he is talking U.S. Open golf, where Gary Woodland, the toast of the town at Pebble Beach,
stole the fucking show.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he had won like a British Open or something in the past, and then I did some research. No, he did not. First major, and again, I root for Fowler because of that. So once I figured that out heading into Saturday, I was kind of like, all right, I'm going to root for this guy a little bit more, because Keopka winning 3 in a row would have been a better storyline had he won a major, but I was down with this, man.
Yeah, Brooks...
It's
our
wild.
favorite at this podcast, and he's unbelievable.
It's wild.
And, I mean, the dude is just a machine. But Gary, you kind of thought going into Sunday with Brooks being only a couple back, going before him and birdieing, it's like, oh, shit, maybe he will take this thing.
How about I heard a stat to wrap up Keopka? He's the first guy to ever shoot in the 60s, all 4 rounds. I think in majors, but I'm going to say in the U.S. Open to be sure and not win the tournament.
Wow.
Unbelievable. And then I just looked at Woodland. He did the same thing. So
right.
First time ever 2 guys
Yeah.
have done it in the same weekend. And Koepka's just like, well, you finished second at the Masters. You win the other one second here. Like, if you're in any sort of pool out there, take Brooks Koepka in the next major, please.
You know he's going to be there.
He's going to be there.
And he's, based off that interview, I know we always revert back to that interview, but he said... I never won a British Open, and I won it.
He's going for it, for sure. So we touched on it, man. 4 rounds in the 60s for multiple guys. As a gentleman who enjoys the U.S. Open, typically because the winner is right around par, these guys at minus 13 and minus 10 were just making a mockery of the course. Did you enjoy that the scores were low, or are you a guy who likes them struggle a little bit?
I like watching them struggle, because it makes me feel good about myself, even though I know I would do even worse. But gotta admire the shit they're doing with putting balls right by the freaking hole and making long-ass putts. It's unbelievable.
It is amazing because as you were listening to the broadcast, you basically saw that holes 1 through 7 are where you had to score.
Right.
And then holes 8 through kind of 14 were the teeth of the course. And then coming down the stretch right along the ocean, you obviously have the potential to go OB on every hole, but typically they're a little bit easier. And you touched on it. Koepka right out of the gate on Sunday was like minus 4 or 5 through 7, and then ultimately finished minus 3.
Birdied 4 of the first 5.
There you go. And then he finished down the stretch over par.
Yeah.
And that's where Woodland really just never ran into that rough stretch of holes where he was bogey double or, bogey par bogey. And it was kind of ridiculous to watch because him and Koepka are eerily similar in like demeanor and just zero fucks to give on what it looks like they're doing out there. Woodland like he was playing Allentown Muni in a freaking scramble down there on 18, just throwing it down the fairway, a couple of putts, and then he bangs
the last one.
The last putt to
That's
win
always
birdie.
good.
Oh, my God.
And not to mention Justin Rose, who was in the final pairing with him, had to putt after he made that because they didn't think he was going to make that putt.
So let me ask you something here. You just touched on it. Typically, he misses. Rose putts out. He putts in the 1-inch guy for the win. So this is like the rare occasion where he actually bangs it from like 25 feet. Now, obviously, Rose has to finish. But is there a worse place to be in sports being the guy who still has to go, meaning the crowd can't applaud because they got to shut the hell up while you're going, and then you're missing the putts, and then they got to watch you again. Meanwhile, he just won the U.S. Open. He can't even celebrate. Is there anything else out there that you can think of where you're just kind of like, dude, that's one of the most brutal places to be in, especially because not only was he like putting for second, but he had struggled and was in like 10th or 12th coming down, dude.
You know what?
I felt so bad.
The similarity is probably like the refs calling a foul at the end of an NBA, like a 12-point game of the NBA Finals, and the team's about to win, but this dude has to still shoot his free throws to make it a 10-point game.
Right? But it's just all these people staring at Rose, just miss another putt. I was like, do we have to make him go even though he's not away just in case this guy makes it 1 out of 10 times?
Can I get a major where it's the final 2 guys and they're both on the green and they have the same score and it comes down to like these putts?
This is as close as you got.
Because that would be awesome.
1 hole ahead, Keopka.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
I
the
don't
final
like the
pairing
leader house.
hasn't, come to the green. He makes it. Winner, both miss, go to a playoff hole. It's been a little bit of a runaway here with all 4 guys. And then they're playing good golf, so you can't hate it, right? But that's where I get back to the original point. I would have loved like a 4-way tie at like -3.
Oh, it'd be sick.
But Pebble Beach, dude, there was a difference this weekend between the tournament in April, like on 18.
Yeah.
That tree's typically right in the middle of the fairway. And if you look, there was like 2 feet on the one side until the rough. And I was like, they let that grow in a little bit there. And how about, did you see 2 things? Jordan Spieth coming out of the bunker. Did you see the shot hit the rake?
No.
Oh, my God, dude. Oh, him and the caddy. This was ridiculous. He's in a fairway bunker, okay? So he's trying to take like a 5-iron carry pretty far, not get on maybe on the front. You're looking up in that grass around the bunkers. It was like 2 feet tall. Nobody, or him or the caddy, apparently did not do a lap around the entire bunker. And in that grass was a rake.
Oh.
He takes this 5-iron, clears the lip, hits the rake, and the ball stops right there.
Oh, man.
Didn't go anywhere. Now he's buried in this grass. And him and the caddy, his name's Mike. They were some mic'd up, and then they cut away a little bit. Not pleased. And then they get up to the green, and Jordan's still, 2 quality shots, Mike. 2 quality shots. 2. Pissed, dude. And I'm like, okay, I've never really done a whole lap around, but who in front of him put the freaking rake directly in the line?
Yeah.
And you couldn't see it unless the camera finally from like the blimp went around and it was like, oh man, there it is. It was, oh dude, it was so pissed. And you mentioned you like him because he's human and he let you know, oh dude, was he human?
Was he pissed at Mike?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And everybody's saying he's got to be kind of pissed at himself because ultimately it's his responsibility.
Right.
But in that moment, like you're the caddy, dude, like move the fucking rake.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? I'm trying to like prepare for this shot. But oh man, if they didn't have that history, it would have been like Shooter McGavin, like 9-iron.
You're fired.
You're fired. It really would.
Give me the 3-wood.
Oh, dude. And then closing on it, staying human. You had to have seen this one because this one made it to social media. Patrick Reid.
Yes.
Okay. You saw it.
Snapped his club in half.
Dude, unreal. So I didn't see what led up to it because I just saw it on social media. Did you see it live?
I didn't see it live.
So apparently he's on one side, like misses, and then sculls it over to the other side. And that's where the announcer's like, ooh, well, he's got to be careful here because you could actually duff this one, and you're thinking in your head, well, I don't want to hit it too hard. Right. So he missed it short, and then that's what led to it. So it wasn't like this was the first duff of the day.
Yeah.
This was like 3 or 4 on this hole, and he just cracks it over his knee, dude. And then about afterwards, he goes and picks up the flag.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, I got to walk somewhere. I'm going to get this flag. Like, oh, what are you going to make the next
Yeah.
one, Patrick? What's it going
I
in?
saw him go pick up the flag. I was like, baller move right
it's
there.
okay. I'm just going to make this one. Oh, I got 14 other clubs. But how about, thank goodness, it was on hole 17 and not like hole 2.
Yeah.
Because you got to finish with what you start.
Right.
But do you think he got another one for the next day?
I'm sure.
You think so?
He had to have.
The Nike has one on deck or whatever?
Yeah. Whoever his sponsor is like,
so
yeah, we got you one.
He ran through that in his head too. Was like, all right, it's 17. I'm not fucking winning. I can snap this. It's only 1 hole. I can get away with it. Who can do shit? Like,
dude. Only thing that would have been better if he didn't break it.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like,
he,
yo, you
broke his
pussy.
leg. Oh, my God. Have you ever seen anybody try to snap a club or chuck a club? Or like, what's your best kind of freak out story since literally the pros gave us 2 over the weekend. You typically
Once a round when I get on the freaking course, I always have one where I chunk it and my driver goes further than my freaking ball.
You actually throw the driver?
I throw the driver. I get so pissed.
Okay.
I get so pissed and I don't know when it's coming, and my dad knows exactly when it's coming. My dad's just like, oh, here it
I've
comes.
done the slam to the ground.
It's like,
you know what I mean? But
it's like Happy Gilmore. They go, and the putter oh, and he holds back.
Here comes the butter throw. Oh, shit. I've seen 2 throws like that. You haven't done it with me yet. So
I have not.
It's coming, apparently.
Usually you keep me kind of calm.
But one of them was my brother-in-law, and then the other one was my father. My brother-in-law, we were in Charleston and on fairway like 7 or 8, so we're a little bit into this point, and he's hit the ball pretty often to this point. Okay, so we'll just say that. Finally, he, kind of like you duffs one or whips it way out to the right, and he just lets go of this 5-wood. It goes directly up left into the tree and just stays in the tree.
Right.
Like one of those baseball where it's like, oh, I'm going to catch it and it never comes back. And we're just like, okay, we got to go get that.
Let's get up.
Threw a couple things at it, it came down. And then the other one was my old man. It was a driver. So there you go. Apparently the drives get the guys going.
It is.
They get pissed off.
Well, it's when the people like behind you are looking and you're like,
oh, the pressure of these 3 people.
I would not do well on the tour. Let's just say that.
But he lets it go, dude. And it misses a pond by like a couple of feet. It's hanging on the ledge, but still you have to walk through this like high grass that's probably like you shouldn't be walking
Snakes
in there.
are everywhere.
Yeah, like something like that. And I'm like, are you going to go get that? He's just like, somebody's like, give me the ball retriever. And I was like, all right, I'll meet you in the fairway. And I just cruise down, give you time to cool off. But, oh, dude, I was laughing because that was good television with the pros. We typically don't see them respond or act like that. And there were a couple of them who were just pissed in the moment. Man. And the camera's right there.
Another balling move was Joe Buck. U.S. Open is on Fox, so Joe Buck obviously did the announcing for it.
Okay.
Brings Jim Nantz on, who is CBS's darling, and they are CBS Fox NFL Sunday.
Rivals,
They're rivals.
Right? Oh.
Brings him on, and is just like, this guy's way better at it than I am. And it's like, he kept saying, you're the best, you're the best,
No
you're
way.
the best. And
it's the new age NBA within broadcasting.
Everybody's involved.
Everybody love
But
everybody.
apparently CBS was pissed, and CBS was like, you get 5 minutes, and they went 10 minutes, and they were pissed.
Oh, man. I missed that, but I do like
I
Jim
would think
Nantz
Fox would
calling
be
golf.
more pissed. They're like, why the fuck are you bringing the guy that
showing
does
this
the
guy's better
Masters
than
and
you.
everything? Yeah.
Yeah, he is good. And I'm upset I missed that. I feel like I would have liked that conversation. But, hey, if Jim Nantz is going to do it, I'll let him roll for sure.
No doubt. Jim Nantz has the voice. Hello, friends.
Hello, friends. Oh, man. So, Gary Woodland wins $2.2 million. A little bit of a richer man on Father's Day, taking home the U.S. Open, and good for Gary, his first major championship.
Yeah, and it was all that stories about him and his wife losing a kid and then having a premature kid, and then the kid's there, and then she's pregnant with twins. It's
pretty wild.
Crazy. Crazy thing to happen on Father's Day. It's almost like you can't write a movie script better than
storybook ending
it's
for
crazy.
the U.S. Open at Pebble Beach.
It is cool, though, when stuff like that happens.
For sure. There always seems to be something happening around Father's Day.
Yeah, it's wild.
Man. It is kind of crazy. But that's this week's episode of Shankapotamus. As we mentioned, Gary Woodland taking it. The first guy who we've known his name on this pod in a while.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this takes us. We got one more major coming up in July at some point.
British Open, yep.
They showed the calendar on the screen. They had one thing every month, taking a page out of the NFL, kind of giving them one banger.
Yep.
And every month. And
Ball
I was like,
move.
yeah, I was like, okay, I can respect that.
Yeah.
Get it all out by Labor Day. But if you're out there, follow us on Instagram. If you're on social media, which I know you are, because everybody is. Even I am.
Yes.
So follow us.
Yes.
Too Close to Call Cast, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Send us videos of crazy shit that happens on the golf course.
Snapchat it at us. We'll post it
Big
online.
ass gator walking on the course.
We'll make you go viral. Get your 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? Let's have some fun.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Later.
Peace.
Yeah, I'm 245, right down the middle, and I'm Mr. Green to the left, just a little. Chili dip a wedge and put it all together. Hit that son of a bitch right up there in the leather. If you call that good, and let me press on the side. You can put me down for a 5.